leads, I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. I never knew you were the someone waiting for me.
All right, so I have a very important guest in our channel today, and that is Ishika Sagar from Varanasi, and she's a great speaker. I had the privilege to train her in the past, and now she's a professional. She has been working for a long time. Hi, Ishu, please tell everybody how you are.
Hi, sir. I am absolutely fine, sir. How are you?
I'm absolutely fit, and it's a great honor and privilege to have you here in our channel today. Thank you for connecting.
It is novelty for me too, sir.
Okay, that's great. That's great to hear. That's great to connect with you after a few years, after a long time. So I have a few questions regarding your English learning journey. Like I
Sure.
know that you had a lot of problems initially in English. You did not really come from a very nice English background, yet you managed to learn English and you are so confident and fluent now. So would you please first just give a little bit of introduction of yours to our audience?
Sure, sir. Yeah, so my name is Ishika and I'm basically from Varanasi. And we have three siblings. I'm second in a row. My parents are teachers. And currently I'm pursuing my graduation. This year I have my last year. And
Hmm.
I'm really looking forward for working with an international company after that. So that I
All
have
right.
worked on English. That's all about me, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Ishika, I've got 5 questions to ask you about your English journey, and here's the first question to ask you. Um, the first question here is, this is an interesting question. How was your journey of learning English? You need to answer this question in 2 to 3 minutes. Um, you please explain and tell all our students how you learned English, what your English journey was.
Sure, sir. I would like to share with you how I started and how I learned. Actually, when I was young, I was so much passionate about speaking English. So, but the problem is in India, what we do, despite knowing English language, we prefer to speak Hindi language, right? So I was not getting that good environment where I can talk to the people and I can improve myself. So what I thought in order to get good environment, I joined an institute and whatsoever that language is, whether it is German, English or Spanish, whatever, but you actually, the main requirement is your environment. The more you practice, you will get better in that eventually. So I joined that institute and that was really great and environment was really very nice. I was so impressed that time. And because there, what was the thing was we were not allowed to speak Hindi there. Everybody used to speak in English only, so anyhow you will learn something or you'll get improved, right? So I joined it and I practiced a lot means the reality is when you join an institute, you'll get involvement for 1 or 2 hours, not more than that, right? But the thing is, you will be eloquent in English until you practice, right? So I practice a lot. I used to watch YouTube channels, TEDx talk as well, and used to listen many motivational speakers, English speakers, and learned vocabulary, even worked on grammar. I was so pathetic in grammar. I was I was dull. Like earlier, I had problem with has and have. I didn't know that where I need to use have and where I need to use has. So that much dull I was that time when I started that much dull I was, and then I worked on my grammar because that's the base of English if you need to speak appropriate or correct English. So that's how it went, and I practiced. I interacted with many people, used to go for the public speaking and talked so much. And for my improvement, I joined one of the companies that was in Noida, and I used to talk to the customers so that I thought that I could improve myself, and yes, it worked. So that's how I completed my journey, and
Okay.
still I am in progress. I am still learning. I know it is an endless process. So yes, I learn every day. So it is still going on. I may make mistakes. I learn from that. So that's how it works for me, and it worked actually.
Amazing. So you spoke about a public speaking activity that you did in order to enhance your confidence level. So how long did you do that? And would you like to explain a little bit about that kind of activity, that public speaking activity that you used to do? I think that will help our students also.
Yeah. So it's very important, very crucial. Actually, because of my confidence level, it was so down because I used to judge myself. Like, what if I make mistakes?
Hmm.
What that person will think if I make mistake or if I speak wrong. So for that, to in order to get that confidence from here to there, I went for the public speaking, and not for very long period of time, but yes, in order to get yourself very proficient in English, you need to be in practice. So for 3 to 4 months, I did that, and after that, one more thing I did. I downloaded one application. So from that, there was one function that somebody can call me, and that person can talk to me in English, and so do I. So that is also I did, and
Hmm.
of course I interacted more and more people. I learned many things from them. They maybe learned from me too. So that's how it went.
Oh, that's great. Amazing. Question number two. What are some of the mistakes that English learners do when they start their English learning process?
Sure, sir. So actually, I was also pre-basic or basic student, so I would like to talk about myself only. And yeah, I would tell how what kind of mistakes people make actually. So first of all, if you are a basic, you have just started, just a beginner, you will definitely make mistakes in grammar. So that's the key part of the English. So
Yeah.
you should learn grammar. You need to practice every day. Then only you can improve. And of course, pronunciation. That's also most important part. And if I talk about myself, I used to make mistakes in pronunciation as well. I still remember what kind of feedbacks I used to get. Even you gave me that feedback as well. In front of you, I spoke sometimes wrong. So I remember that, and that's why that wrong part is in my mind. That's why I know that. Okay, what is the right? So we have to keep both in our mind. What we made mistake, what was the mistake that we made. We need to keep that in our mind, and also what's the right, what's the replacement of that wrong part, right? So that's how I learned
Right.
actually, and practice. And yes, grammar and pronunciation, and of course I would say that preposition, even native speaker makes mistake in that, right? uh, Conjunctions and all, yes. And conditional sentences, that's also the part. People make mistake there. um,
Right.
that's it. On my point of view, these are the mistakes generally we will do
That's
that.
that's great. Thank you. Next question is, when did you face a failure due to poor English? I'm sure I also got rejected in many interviews
Uh-huh.
at the beginning of my career, and I'm sure also you also faced some problem due to poor
Yeah.
English. So would you like to share that experience with us?
Yes, actually, I didn't feel that in school because there we are student, nobody judged us. And
Yeah.
but yeah, in 2019, I went for an interview.
Hmm.
Earlier, I was working with a domestic process, so there we don't need to speak that much good English, or just okay, or even if you speak in Hindi, that's fine, right?
Mhm.
So I went for an interview, and then my that time what uh, I guess I have no confidence. And of course, my English was little bit okay, just fine. Like I am a student of English medium, CBSE board, so I was just able to frame the sentence, but I didn't know that okay, even it's right or wrong. Right. I was just okay. If you are asking me a question, I would reply, but I don't know if I'm replying right in right appropriate way that grammatical on the basis of grammar. So that was so I went for that. I in the interview he asked me several questions. I replied, and then lastly he said, "Okay, you may leave, and we will call you." I knew that I will not get any call from their side, and my confidence level was so down. And even what I have felt that if you are good in English. Uh, Eloquent in English and your confidence level is down, you may not be able to crack interview. Right. If I talk about interview or if you are talking to somebody, but if you are good, well, just okay in English and you have confidence level is like high, so you can easily crack that. So for earlier I told you for my confidence level, in order to gain it, I interacted with the people, I talked with them in English, I learned from my mistakes. So that was my failure, and then after that I joined that organization and I started my learning. So that's it.
Great, great. Okay, so I just want to ask you one thing, one following question,
Mhm.
which is, how was your school's environment? Was that English environment? Like, did students and teachers speak English there?
Yeah, actually, I am from CBSE board, Miss English medium school, so environment was quite okay. My English teacher always talks to me like she used to talk to me in English only, and some of other teachers as well. But students,
Hmm.
again, because we have to be in our group, that student group, they were like just okay in Hindi, talking and cracking jokes and moving here and there as we do generally in our school. We enjoy a lot than studying. We basically we prefer enjoying. So yeah, so environment was just okay with teachers only, not with the group, with our friends. Friend circle was just Hindi speakers. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Wow. My fourth question here comes, which is, I mean, did you ever practice like I, as a student, when I was learning this language, I had to. Someone had recommended me to, suggested me to learn English songs. I learned them, and I practiced English songs for a long time. Did you ever do this thing for your English development?
Yeah, so actually my trainer also suggested me to listen to English music that is really helpful, and because it really what where I find it helpful, it works if you want to improve your pronunciation.
Hmm.
It literally helps us. So yes, it helped me, and I learned some short forms as well while
Ah,
listening to that
hmm.
English
Songs.
music,
Huh.
yeah, songs, yes. So
Yeah.
yeah, the short forms and pronunciation.
Okay, so would you like to sing a couple of lines?
I remember one song which I had prepared for competition, which is still in
Oh,
my mind, on
huh.
my mind, I should say. So yeah, it is. This song is sung by Eid Sheeran. It is called Perfect.
Hmm.
So I can start now.
Sure, why not?
Sure, sir. So here I go. I found. Wait a minute. So I just need to recall it. I found a love for me, darling. Just dive right in, follow my leads. I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. Cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time. Darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes, you're holding mine, baby. That's it. Thank you.
That's pretty good.
The
And you
was
enjoyed it a
actually
lot.
level was so high, so I need to just
Yeah, of
put some
course,
more
of course,
energy. Yeah.
of course. Amazing, Ishika. So I have the last question here, which is, in what profession is English required in today's time? What do you think? What's your opinion
Profession.
about it? Yeah.
Yeah, so actually English is a worldwide language and more than 65. It's an official language in more than 65 countries, sir. So and it is a very understandable kind of language, like easy to learn. Like if I compare it with Hindi, it's literally easy than Hindi. But yeah, though our native language is Hindi, so we find it basically easier than English. But yeah, English is easier than Hindi. So yes, and yeah, it requires everywhere, even in private sector, government sector. If you work in any organization, if you are good in English, you will get really high amount in that. So even if you are a doctor, any profession, if I'm talking about, so even if you are a doctor, reporter, or a journalist, photographer, or whatever you are, teacher in education field, corporate section, if I'm talking about, if I talk about it, so it requires everywhere. It's very important for present era to learn English language. Literally, it plays a huge role, and of course, money is literally very important, and it helps you to get more and more. Yeah, actually, sir, it's new from your end.
Yeah, I realized I was mute. Great issue. We interacted after so many years like this, and it was wonderful. You have the same energy like you had before, and I find you more confident than before. Right.
Thank you.
Of course. Yet learning is a never-ending process. We keep learning entire life. We keep learning new words, new lessons, new methods, etc. So you really proved yourself today. It was better than my expectation, and great. It was an honor to have you here today. So, what's any message for our students who are learning English, who are beginners, or who are at intermediate level? Do you want to say something to them? In a few lines.
Yeah, sir. Actually, yes, I would like to suggest to them that if you literally want to learn English and want to good in that, you just need to do, like, you need to put yourself first in that, and please do hard work. Like, if you depend on your teacher that, okay, I have a trainer, he will do or she will do everything for me, that it will not work in that way, right? Because the trainer gives their 100%, they do, but in order to get it completely, you have to give your 100% too, otherwise it will not work. And yes, I would suggest them to work on their grammar. Especially, it's very important because that's why people judge you. Okay, you're speaking English quite good way, but you make a mistake here, kind of. So that's how, yeah. So that's important, and of course, work on your pronunciation. Otherwise, because we find it not in Hindi but English having same pronunciation but different meaning. Like different pronunciation and different meaning, kind of, but that how we pronounce it, little bit, it defines, it shows the differences, right? So we need to work there as well. Otherwise, people will not get you what you actually want to speak. Like sometimes people make mistakes in expect, accept.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's is the issues. Basically, generally normal if you are being, or even if you are an advanced level speaker, you may face this issue.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, so you need to practice. Practice really works a lot. You need to, you should interact, and then of course you will get it.
So we should not give up.
Yeah, you'll be good in that. Practice.
Of course, Ishika, great to have.
One thing I would like. Yes, while speaking, just listen yourself. Listen to yourself. What you are actually speaking. That's how you'll find your mistakes, and then you can work on yourself.
Oh, that also sounds very well. Yeah, pretty well. Yes. So I hope all the students have learned something out of our conversation. They learned about your journey, how you started your journey, and how struggling it was. So Ishu, thank you so much. I have written some feedback I will share with you after this conversation later on. Yeah, because learning is a never-ending process. Of course, everybody keeps. I myself, having 7 years of experience in training, keep learning new things. That's it, Ishika. Thank you so much. It was a great privilege to have you here today in this conversation. Have a great day, and God bless you. Bye-bye.